Let us continue reading this book by Uriah Smith, 1897. We are now reading Revelation chapter 5, verses 5 to 7, the comments from Uriah Smith. My Father in heaven, I thank you and I praise you for this opportunity to understand the prophecies. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for the first 50 years of Seventh-day Adventism. I pray in the name of through your Son and of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Uriah Smith comments, hath prevailed. These words indicate that the right to open the book was acquired by a victory gained in some previous conflict. And so we find it set forth in subsequent portions of this chapter. The very next scene introduces us to the great work of Christ as the Redeemer of the world and the shedding of his blood for the remission of sin and the salvation of man. In this work, he was subjected to the fiercest assaults of Satan. But he endured his temptations, bore the agonies of the cross, rose a victor over death and the grave, made the way of redemption sure, and triumphed. Hence the four living beings and the 24 elders sing, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood. John looks to see the Lion of the tribe of Judah and beholds the Lamb in the midst of the throne and of the four living beings and the elders, as it had been slain. In the midst of the throne, Uriah Smith wrote, Doddridge translate thus, and I beheld in the middle space between the throne and the four living creatures, in the midst of the elders, there stood a Lamb, etc. And the center of the scene was the throne of the Father, and standing in the open space which surrounded it was the Son, set forth under the symbol of slain lamb. Around these there stood those saints who had been redeemed. First, those represented by the four living creatures, then the elders, forming the second circle, and the angels, verse 11. Forming a third circle, the worthiness of Christ as he thus stands forth under the figure of a slain lamb is the admiration of all the holy throne. We'll read the next paragraph the next time. May God our Father to bless you and his Son be gracious to you now and forevermore. Amen.